Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we're going to be taking a look at the last event in Idle Heroes before Halloween. Now, Halloween is going to be a huge event, so I'm going to be talking about what you should be saving and expecting in the big holiday events to come, and also whether this week's Profit Orb event is worth you using your rewards. Now, before we do all that, let me do a shout out for Patreon. It's a way you can support me financially and in return get yourself access to perks such as account reviews. For more information about that, you can go into our Discord to learn how account reviews work, or if you're interested in backing me, hit that link up there in the corner of the screen. Every donation goes to help keep me doing what I'm doing. As well, let's give a shout out to this week's new patron. We have Lulu, so thank you for being a patron, and hopefully I'll see you on Tuesdays for an account review. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. This week, we have a Profit Orb event, and that means every day for logging in, we're going to get one Profit Orb, which you can either use this week or save for a future event, and as well, you'll get 5 sweet Lollipops, which you can use in the Fantasy Factory. The events for this week are initially a Soul Awakening session, and this is a leaderboard where people will compete against one another to see who can get the best rewards. And the rewards are pretty crazy. If you go ahead and do more awakens and get more awakening points than anybody else this week, you will get yourself a triple S hero. Working your way down, for second and third, it's a double S. For fourth through sixth, it's an S, and it keeps on going down, and basically the top 50 will get an A- or better. If you're 51 to 100 though, bad luck, you'll get a B+. And I know a lot of people that spend a ton of money just to end up with a B+ stone, and it really isn't worth it. So I always find these galas kind of awkward to go ahead and chase. However, if you do just reach 200 points, you will get yourself a standard B stone, and that's pretty good. And I know there will be some people that want to do that this week, because anybody that engages with this week's Soul Awakening Gala will get a chance to get that B stone, which is nice. More on that later. For this week, we also have the beach market coming to an end. Make sure you go ahead and cash in your items. I have 3,600, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself some Star Spawn cores, so we'll grab those. And that leaves me with 600 left over, which I think I'm just going to go ahead and spend on Heroic Summon Scrolls. We have big Heroic Summon Scroll events coming, like Christmas and Chinese New Year. We have Halloween, which is literally next week, so you've got to get yourself ready for these events, which are just around the corner. Other than that, let's go ahead and save. So let me get some spirit in there too. Nice. Okay. We also have the value packages for this week. That's just going to be gems, profit orbs, and sweet lollipops. Don't really think this is worth it. There's no real advantage to spending here, unless of course you're going for the thing which is at the very end of this week's event, although I'm pretty confident I'm going to tell even the craziest of spenders that it's probably not worth it. So yeah, you'll see here, this Lollipop Factory package, it's $100. It's 10,000 gems, 70 profit orbs, 35 sweet lollipops. You get your quick smash. So straight up on rewards, it's actually not giving you as many sweet lollipops as a normal pack, which is weird, and it's giving you, okay, that's nice. You get double honey stars during the event. That's actually kind of helpful for the top rewards you'll see lower at the bottom. And you're getting 5 times rewards in the summer privilege. Crazy. We've never seen a 5 times before in this. It's normally times 3. However, it's actually not that great. If we go ahead and scroll down and take a look at the Summer Melody, you'll see there's no final chest here that gives Sublimation, Cause of Origin, nothing like that. In fact, the 300 chest here doesn't even give Stellar Shards or anything like that. It just gives a copy of the newer heroes. A little bit uneventful in my opinion. The 100 and the 200, they're not even that good either. They're just giving a small smattering of spiritual essence, which most accounts don't even need, and 15,000 stellar shards. Now there is a catch here. 900 is the most number of basic points you can get, and with the times 5, that takes you to 4,500. If you went ahead and maxed this, the most you could get for stellar shards is 1 million. And the only way you could even reach that is by buying that fantasy package. That, in my opinion, makes the Lollipop Factory package just not worth it, because 1 million Stellar Shards for $100, not to mention the number of Profit Orbs you'll also have to use to make that possible, for me, that seems like really subpar value. So yeah, I don't think it's the best way you can spend $100. There are definitely better ways to do it. Some of you may disagree in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure there are way better summer melodies coming in the future, and I would be more inclined to save my money for something bigger, something that gives Destiny improvements, Cause of Origin, Sublimation, stuff we can actually enjoy and get value from. A million Stellar Shards, really, if you wanted that, I would just go ahead and go and buy the pack. If you go to the monthly pack down here, this is giving you way more Stellar Shards for the same price. And in fact, you could even save and buy this during a Moonlight gift to double the amount of rewards you're getting from this, because you're coinciding it with a Moonlight gift to maximize rewards. So that, to me, just makes so much more sense. Now, there is a way you can get Sublimation this week, but it doesn't actually require you to spend a ton of money. All it requires you to do is enough Awakens to get yourself 300 points in the Gala. Now, that typically requires you to do around 50 Awakens, so you're going to need a few Contract Story Gems to do that reliably. I'd say 4,000 is the comfortable spot, and when you consider you can destroy any of the E's, D's, C's, whatever you do pull, destroying those will, of course, get you more Contract Story Gems to help you make progress. So yeah, if you're sitting on a big stack of Contract Story Gems, maybe you want to go ahead and cash them in and get yourself either an Essence Sublimation chest or a Core of Origin. And free-to-play players, you can do that just as easily as anybody else, assuming you have the Contract Story Gems already. If you do, though, you might just want to save anyway, as we have seen Soul Awakening Galas that have coincided with much more exciting summer melodies. And also, the next Prophet Orb event in a month's time is going to be Thanksgiving, so it's likely if we do get a Soul Awakening Gala then, it's going to be a really, really good one, because Thanksgiving, they'll want to do a little something extra. This week lacks any of that spice or pizzazz. We don't have a good event to make this event hyped. It's just something that's like, hey, look, we're just making a Soul Awakening Gala happen because we can. To me, this event isn't that great for that reason. And because the Prophet Orbs, there's actually no additional bonuses for using your Prophet Orbs this week. Yes, there's the standard prizes for doing a Prophet Orb event, which will get you points. You can get a copy of Seer, you can get a copy of Aileback, but that's it. There's no additional bonuses. We've seen way better Prophet Orb events in the past. And if you consider this Summer Melody an additional bonus, I'm unfortunately going to have to tell you, this is not that good. We've seen way better stuff before, and Thanksgiving is going to be that event. It's going to give us much more for our Prophet Orbs, so save them all. Honestly, it's going to be so much better in a month's time, I promise. Holiday season is so close now, and it's going to be really good. What is really good, though, is you can go ahead and destroy your 6 stars to get Contract Story Gems, and maybe that's going to help you do the Soul Awakening Gala, or maybe you just want to save them for a future Soul Awakening Gala. And if you do manage to get to that 200-point threshold, well done, you'll get yourself a B tier, but I wouldn't even go ahead and do that unless you absolutely can get to 300. I don't think if you're free to play or even a spender, it is worth pushing this at all unless you get to 300. Because yes, 100 can get you an artifact, but 150 gets you a little bit of sublimation, but that extra 150 is huge because it gets you the big sublimation box or a Core of Origin shard, and you get that B-Stone as well just because it's a Soul Awakening session, making it much more valuable to go all the way to 300 than just stopping at a different level. The final thing we have this week is Heroic Miracle. This is great. Basically, you need to summon 3 Light Heroes, 3 Dark Heroes, and 5 in every other faction to get all the rewards you see here. You'll get more Lollipops of Fantasy Factory, and if you do it all, you'll get a copy of Natalie. And of course, those Lollipops of Fantasy Factory can be used to go ahead and basically destroy hexagons, and that's how Fantasy Factory works. You just destroy hexagons, get yourself honey stars, and do this as optimally as you can to basically get yourself a ton of rewards in the exchange store. Those honey stars will get you gold, it'll get you spirit, and if you're a free-to-play player or you're not planning on spending this much, you should be able to make your way all the way down to get yourself a 9-star light puppet. And if you can get to the jigsaw stage pattern, you might even want to just save it so that you can get that in Thanksgiving. The reason I say that is because you get additional rewards the more honey stars and the more aurora stars you can go ahead and spend. Now, because we're going to be getting ourselves a big Thanksgiving event in a month's time, I reckon that that's going to reward us for getting as many honey stars as possible. And therefore, you will want to save your aurora stars and you will want to save your jigsaw piece to maximize your rewards in next month's Thanksgiving event. So save the jigsaw stage if you can. That way, you'll maximize your rewards next month and you'll get something awesome for Thanksgiving. I promise. We've got so many good events coming. If you take a look, next week it's Halloween. Then in the next month, we've got Thanksgiving. We've then got Black Friday. The month after that, we've got Christmas. And no doubt they'll sprinkle in other events there too. Beyond that is New Year, literally the week after Christmas. And then there's Chinese New Year not too far after that. We've got so many big events coming. So make sure you save your things. You do not need to go ahead and waste it all in this week's event. Keep those profit orbs nice and tight and don't get rid. Same goes for heroic summon scrolls and everything else. Just stockpile it, gems included, to maximize your rewards in the stuff that's coming in the months to come. Good luck, folks. I hope you get some good rewards. And just a sneak peek for Halloween here, you can see we've got an exchange event giving us Elena. We've got Jara. We're going to get Gaggy as a brand new Transcendence hero, so that's going to be really good as well. And no doubt they'll add in a ton of extra bonuses, making it more than just a Transcendence event, potentially giving us things like Sublimation, Cause of Origin, perhaps even Destiny improvements entirely for free. So free-to-play players and spenders, get ready, because next week is going to be a big one. If you want to know more about that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I review these events every Friday, and Halloween will be no different, and that's the big event to look forward to next week. So subscribe to make sure you catch that, and I will see you in next week's video. So thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think we're going to get in Halloween, and of course, have a fantastic week. Good luck if you are going in the gala. Hopefully you'll get some A tiers, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, though, have a good week, and happy idling.